Of course, Jews have a connection to Palestine. Of course.
There are Palestinian Jews.
There are Palestinian Jews, and there's the Bible, and of course Jews have a connection to Palestine. That's not the question. That's not the question. That's why this question, I don't like it, because it's a trap question. This is not the question. The question is, do they have a claim that they can use to say, we belong here and no one else belongs here, and gives us the right to kick people out and take their land and not let them come back? That's all that matters. Of course Jews have a claim to Palestine. Jews were there, Greeks were there, Romans were there, Byzantines were there, Arabs were there, Crusaders came for a couple years. That's why Palestinians look like everything. That's why true. Palestinians look like everything.
Yeah.
Oh, our ancestry thing would be totally fucked up if you look at it. Yeah. But, I always say this, Mike. Everybody came to Palestine and everybody came in Palestine, okay? So we look like a lot of shit, okay? But so what? So what? These people are indigenous that have been there. We know Palestinians, but we know the Arab claim to Palestine has been for 1,400 years. But you know what? It's not a competition. All we're saying is that you don't kick people out of their house and tell them they can't go. If you're going to base this on some promise from God, well, then I guess we don't have that much to talk about. Okay? Right. But if you're going to base it on sort of humanity, of course people have a claim to Palestine. But I mean, imagine, right? Imagine there was an African American movement. Blacks have been in America for 400, 500 years, just like Jews were in Europe for a really long time. Imagine if there was a movement in African America today, a group of people that say, you know what, we're being treated bad over here, and that's all true. So we're going to go back to where we're from, and so we're going to go to Burkina Faso. And we're going to
Burkina Faso.
And so we're going to go to Burkina Faso because we're African. So we're going to go back to Burkina Faso and live there. And by the way, the Burkina Fasans, I don't know if that's their name, the Burkina Fasans that are there now, they all got to get the fuck out. And we're going to ethnically cleanse them and kick them out and say, you know what? They don't get to be here anymore because we have a connection to that land. And you know what? They do have a connection to that. But does that mean you get to kick out some other people who also have a connection to that? That's all that matters.
That's the fucked up. That's a very good way of putting it, Amir.
It's all that matters. Nothing else
matters.
See,
that's why I love you, man, because you're so measured.
I appreciate that.
You really are, though, man. You are. You're taking so many things into account. You're not.
But then you got to focus on what is the thing here? Zionism doesn't say Jews should be able to live safely in Palestine. Zionism says Palestine is a Jewish-only land. Everybody else got to go, and then it does things to try to make that happen. That's the problem. Jews coming to Palestine is not a problem. There's been a Jewish presence in Palestine. They never left. There's always been a Jewish presence in Palestine. Yeah, sorry. There's been a Jewish presence in Palestine. They never left. The question is, is your ideology, are you going to have an ideology that says we get to kick everybody else out? That's all that matters. And we're saying no to that. That's all. So are Jews indigenous? Oh, sure they are. But they're not the only indigenous people, and they don't have a claim that trumps all other claims and says we kick people out. That's the Palestinian position.